Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
The sun is starting to peek out from the clouds after storms knocked down trees and brought power outages across the metro area. The timing on when another round of storms and showers will roll in.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at noon. Coverage you can count on.
Good afternoon. I'm Sophia Choi. We are bracing for more storms and showers later today and over the next few days. Neighbors are cleaning up in northeast Atlanta after last night's storms. Now, this is video of a tree down on Hurt Street. Meteorologist Brian Monahan is tracking the wet weather in Severe Weather Center 2.
Sophia, getting a little break right now over Midtown and downtown Atlanta. Not much sunshine, though. A little bit of brightness in the clouds. Looking to the south toward Midtown and downtown. Mid-70s so far outside our Midtown studio. 1.25 inches of rain. That's just since midnight. Some neighborhoods going back to midday yesterday. More than 4 inches of rain. And there's still some rain falling this morning or this afternoon now on Storm Tracker 2. HD radar back through parts of Gwinnett County. Starting to dry out in Lawrenceville and Snellville. This is moving into our Barrow County. So along 316 near Winder, we've got some rain coming down. No storms, but some steadier rain again in Rabun County, back through Blairsville, Dahlonega, and Cleveland on the north side of Lake Lanier, all picking up the showers. Now, the widespread heavy rain, we're done with that for the day today. But as we head through the afternoon, here's our updated high-resolution forecast model. Picking up on showers, isolated storms, especially from the east side of the metro on in toward the state line with South Carolina. Back to the west, watching a cold front late today. That front plays a huge role in our rain chances for the week ahead. Updating the timeline of the waves of rain coming up in about 15 minutes.
Thank you. We checked 5 minutes ago and power is back to most of the homes affected by this morning's fast-moving storms. Here's what Rock Springs Road in DeKalb County looked like overnight. A giant tree pulled power lines across the road. The street was blocked for hours until workers removed the tree and restored power to the area. Remember to download our free Severe Weather Team 2 app to get instant weather alerts. Just search WSB in the App Store. You can get a customized forecast from our team of meteorologists. We are following breaking news out of northwest Atlanta right now. Police say a child was shot in the back. It happened on Stafford Street. Now, APD tells us the boy is alert and breathing. Police do not have any information on a suspect right now. We're working to get more information on this, and we're going to bring you another update with what we learn. A tractor-trailer accident that blocked a Fulton County interstate highway for hours is now clear. The big rig flipped over on I-20 westbound at Fulton Industrial Boulevard around 10 this morning. All westbound lanes and 2 eastbound lanes were closed as crews worked to clear this crash. There are no reports of injuries. Developing this noon, a Gwinnett County teacher, coach, and former college football standout will stay behind bars. He's charged with sexually assaulting one of his students. Channel 2 Steve Gelbach is live at the Gwinnett County Jail in Lawrenceville. And Steve, you were in the courtroom for this morning's first appearance.
That's where the judge told Mikey Henderson that he will not be getting bond, at least for now. It means he's going to stay here in jail at least for the next week and a half. Now, former Parkview High School teacher and assistant football coach Michael Henderson sat in cuffs while waiting to hear the charge against him. The 32-year-old is accused of sexually assaulting one of his students. Police say the now 18-year-old had a sexual relationship with Henderson going back more than 2.5 years.
Mikey Henderson.
The former UGA receiver, Henderson was probably best known for this game-winning catch against Alabama a decade ago. An online resume shows he also taught and coached at Haralson County and North Paulding High Schools before coming to Gwinnett.
That I don't believe.
Henderson.
I don't believe that
Mike.
at all.
Parkview High football players and other students were shocked to learn of the arrest that happened on campus Friday.
Most people liked him as a coach, and other people were surprised that he actually had that happen.
But others told us they'd heard rumors.
This has been going around since freshman year, since we were freshman year. So 2 years ago, this has been going around.
Henderson only spoke up in court Sunday morning to say he didn't have his own lawyer.
Do you have an attorney to represent you?
No, sir.
And asked the court to appoint one for him. Now, Henderson will have a next chance to ask for bond, get out of jail at his next hearing. That is set for May 31st. Live in Gwinnett County, Steve Gelbach, Channel 2 Action News.
Steve, thank you. A developing story now out of southwest Atlanta. Police are back at an apartment complex investigating another shooting after a deadly shooting this morning at that same address. The shootings were about 7 hours apart. Investigators say at least 2 people were shot around 9 a.m. on Fairburn Road in southwest Atlanta. We were there when officers put handcuffs on a man and arrested him. And new since this morning, we've learned a man in his 30s has died in a shooting at that same apartment complex. Police say someone shot him twice in the face and 3 times in the chest. We watched as investigators collected evidence around 2 a.m. Officers say the shooting followed an altercation. Happening now, Atlanta police are stepping up their search for a missing student. Atlanta Public Schools police sent us this photo of 14-year-old Samson Pierce Jr. His mother told officers he never returned home after school on Friday. He attends Forest Hill Academy and was last seen on Cleveland Avenue in Southwest Atlanta. Call police if you have any information. A developing story, President Donald Trump is promising to update Americans soon on the fight against ISIS. The president met with the Emir of Kuwait today during his visit to Saudi Arabia. He said he would be holding a news conference on the war against ISIS in about 2 weeks.
Tremendous progress has been made and will continue to be made. And I just want to thank the Emir and his representatives for being here. Thank you all very much.
On his first day in Saudi Arabia, the Trump administration announced a $350 million 10-year arms deal made with the Saudis. Many of the biggest music stars are in Las Vegas right now for this year's Billboard Music Awards. Channel 2 is the only station where you can see tonight's big winners and the best live performances. You can watch the Billboard Music Awards show at 8 o'clock, followed by the Channel 2 Action News Night Beat at 11.
After downpours, showers, and storms the last 24 hours, bit of a break now across a lot of the southeast, tracking our next batch of moisture. To the west, I've got the timeline on more waves of rain next.
And we have this new sketch of a man who attacked a pregnant woman while she was with her child. How you can help get her accused attacker off the streets. Plus, a violent attack caught on this surveillance video. A DeKalb County mother dragged by 2 teenagers. Her courage after she says this attack still haunts her in her sleep.
Hello, I'm Channel 2's Linda Stouffer.
I'm Fred Blankenship on this week's People to People. Thousands of volunteers are raising money to fight breast cancer.
And this 16-year-old is leading the way, how she's planning to reach the $30,000 mark. Join us right after this newscast on People to People.
2 teenagers are facing charges after a scary carjacking that started at a car wash. It happened on Memorial Drive in Stone Mountain. A woman told police that thieves kicked her out of her own car and then drove off with her underneath. She says she moved her head out of the way just moments before a wheel could crush it.
It was very traumatizing because all I can remember is the tire being right by my head.
DeKalb police found the 2 teenage suspects later Wednesday night after the woman's boyfriend spotted the car and called 911. Brookhaven police are calling a double stabbing at a local restaurant parking lot a domestic incident. Officers responded to a fight with knives outside the McDonald's on North Druid Hills Road around 3 this morning. Police found 2 people with stab wounds in that parking lot. The victims are 29 and 47 years old, and both have serious injuries. Well, today is the last day to register to vote in Georgia's 6th congressional district runoff election. The district covers parts of Cobb, Fulton, and DeKalb counties. You can register online throughout the day at the Secretary of State's website. The runoff election is scheduled for June 20th. Voters will choose between Democrat Jon Ossoff and Republican Karen Handel. The candidates are speaking before members of the Jewish war veterans in Dunwoody today. Look for a report on Channel 2 Action News at 6. Hundreds of local college students are now degree holders. We take you to the milestone graduation, plus what you need to know about plans for another graduation if it rains tomorrow.
Oh, and there will be rain tomorrow. I'll be back to break down the timeline and locations for that rain. Also show you for your Sunday where this rain is headed next. That's in my full forecast after the break.
But first, here's a look at last night's winning lottery numbers.